Hello, my name is Doug Ward, and I am the Director of Gas Sales and Marketing at Picarro. Our presentation focuses on how utilities are using our Picarro solution to find and fix super emitters for greater methane emissions reductions. Picarro's P-Cube solution is a hardware-enabled software and analytics platform for the gas industry. Picarro from one or more Picarro mobile systems is collected in a Picarro cloud and combined with other sets of data, including pipeline GIS information, roads, weather, and other data. Picarro also has a mobile application for leak survey that leak investigation and repair crews can use in the field to visualize Picarro's leak indications, inner leak information, and GPS locate leaks. The data collection vehicles equipped with Picarro's methane, ethane sensors, wind sensors, and GPS equipment travel through a natural gas network, taking data and transmitting it into Picarro's cloud. The data is later processed and users can view dashboards and run reports, producing specific outputs for the customer. As the Picarro vehicle drives, wind brings any leak plumes to the vehicle for detection. The blue field of view coverage area shows where the vehicle has effectively surveyed any gas assets. Driving on different nights takes advantage of changing wind directions, so both sides of the street are eventually covered by the field of view. One data collection drive survey consists of 2 passes driven on each street. This process is repeated 3 times on at least 2 different nights. After all 3 drives are complete, Picarro's analytics combine the data, combining coincident leak indications and aggregating the field of view. The Picarro system can have multiple use case applications and outputs. Our solution can provide utilities information and data related to the leaks identified. With this data, decisions can be improved about, for example, what sections of pipeline to replace rather than repair, because Picarro determines they have a high density of leaks by comparison. The 3 images shown here are all of the same location with different visual outputs depicted depending on the intended use case application. Today, I'll focus my discussion on the super emitter and emissions reductions use case application as shown in the first image. We're starting to see customers collect data across their entire networks annually, such as what PG&E has done the past few years in their campaign to identify and fix the highest emitting leaks. This is an example of 2018 year's campaign, where they surveyed 1/3 of their system for compliance and collected methane data on 2/3 of their system for emissions-only applications. Our analytics identified the top 210 highest emitting leaks for them to prioritize and for repair, resulting in a 32% emissions reduction benefit as determined by our measurements. This is another example case study for our distribution system in the Northeast. The 8 super emitters detected contributed to 27% of the total emissions. The top 5% of emission sources contributed to 50% of the total emissions. We're finding that, generally speaking, it is typical that 5% of a gas utility's leaks account for about 50% of their emissions. Also, when you concentrate on super emitters, our data shows that you are focusing your resources and efforts on your more hazardous below ground and high consequence leaks, primarily your grade 1 and grade 2 leaks, and less so on your less hazardous leaks or your minuscule leaks, which are your grade 3 leaks. This focus provides not only an environmental greenhouse gas emissions reductions benefit, but also from a public safety standpoint, you are able to mitigate risk associated with these predominantly hazardous leaks. Finally, to summarize, with our solution, the large emitters can be easily identified and addressed in a very cost-effective manner to help reduce emissions. One metric to keep in mind is that typically about 5% of a utility's leaks account for 50% of their total emissions. And lastly, more than 2/3 of large leaks that we call super emitters are hazardous. By identifying them, using our solution and repairing them, utilities can reduce their system risk and enhance public safety. Overall, finding and fixing super emitters provides utilities with greater methane emissions reductions as well as greater system risk reduction. Thank you. And if you're interested in learning more, please feel free to call or email me for more information.